Hello everybody and welcome. I'm the grounded Gliscor, your favorite armor holding PokeTuber of this channel, and I want to welcome you to another team builder for the TDL Season 2 in a Week 2 battle versus the Baltimore Braxiens, coached by my friend Omega Chris. If you're hyped for another team builder for the Low Land Nidoqueens, be sure to hit the like button down below. And by this time of the video, your Low Land Nidoqueens are currently 1-0. Chris is also 1-0, so it's practically a showdown who gets 1-1 at this one. I wanted to try to have some heat this week, more so for some members of the team, which I want to work out with. And actually, I saw that a lot of mods had a good opening. So let's actually go into the team of my opponent like I normally do. I go over the team of my opponent, I will go over my team, and then I will go over, I will go over his team, tell what the threats are, and then I will go over the team that you see in front of you. That's pretty much it. If you want to know what our complete draft is, I will actually say to you that you must check out the draft analysis video, which is in the playlist also for the TDL, so check that out as well. So let's actually get straight into the team of my opponent right here. He has a very threatening team, if I must say so myself. His team stance, which also you will see on the right, is Thunderous Incarnate, Neoligo, Marowak, Alolan Form, Blastoise Mega, Decidueye, Silvally, Granbull, Staraptor, Dragalge, Galate, and Togedemaru. Dragalge is going to be a Z user, and for Silvally, he is going to have all 16 types available to use against us. So, looking at this team, he of course is a very threatening, especially offensive threat, which is called Thunderous Eye. Can also run physical moves as well. Has the Prankster, of course, so we need to watch out for that. He has Neoligo, which is also a threat. It has high special defense and speed, but it lacks a bit in the defensive side, so we can capitalize on that. Alolan Marowak, very slow mon, but actually a very good mon. Also hitting very hard if it holds the thick club, and with Rock Head it doesn't take any damage from the Flare Blast that it actually has. Even though that is slow, we need to speed creep a bit for that, which I'll explain later on in this as well. Then we have a Mega Blastoise. As you know, we also use a Mega Blastoise in the Low Land International, so I'm very familiar with that. Bulky Spinner, good offensive threat, has some good coverage moves that it can abuse, so we need to watch out for that one. The Decidueye is the worst nightmare for me because I lost to it in a league match before. Not on the channel though. Lost in a league match before. It was Swords Dance Decidueye, which you need to watch out for. It can also run an Assault Vest maybe. It can also be a Defogger, something along those lines. Then he also has the Silvally, as I talked about. I cannot say much about it because I never faced Silvally, and Silvally in his draft can be used as all 16 types, so we can actually decide in this prep what type we want to bring, and we don't know for that. The next one he has is actually going to be a Granbull. Granbull is actually a good fairy type and a good cleric also. Can also be an offensive threat with Choice Bandit maybe. Also rocks the Intimidate ability, which helps him actually to weaken our physical mons of the team. Then there's the Staraptor, which I'm also quite scared about because it can be Choice Scarf, can be Choice Bandit, can also be a Life Orb variant, and it can also rock Endeavor a Quick Attack, which we need to watch out for. Then there's the Dragalge, of course, which is just a very scary mon because as a Z user, it can have Adaptability, Stab, Dragonium Z for an instant to rock out versus us. So that's very scary. Also gets a Stab and Adaptability boost from the Poison typing that it has. Also a very slow mon, but actually we are able to capitalize on that speed tier as well. Next up he has a Galate, which is also very good in the special defensive side. It has a good physical attack stat as well. Has priority a Shadow Sneak and Bullet Punch, I believe. I'm not sure on that one. Can be very threatening, of course. It has the very high attack stat, of course, and also has quite some speed to do abuse as well. So the Choice Scarf Galate is what I predict him to bring. And then lastly, a Togedemaru. I have no idea what Togedemaru does, but if I see it, I do not know what to expect. The only thing I know is that it would run Spiky Shield, Nozzle, potentially HBIs to catch something like Venusaur Pre-Mega or a Golurk or something along those lines. So that's actually what I think of the draft of my opponent. I do not have anything specific in mind that he will bring, but to be honest, if I look at this team, I am for certain that Mega Blastoise will come, I'm for certain Staraptor will come, I'm for certain Galate will come, and the other three are just a toss-up what he wants to bring, I don't know. I think a good bond for us probably would be to bring against us would be Dragalge with a Z move maybe. Thunderous Incarnate will be a good one, and Neoligo potentially. So let's actually now get straight into the team that I have, that you see in front of you, of course. And we start off strong right here, because as I said, we can capitalize on this slower mons actually, and for his faster mons we have this. So we have Colossus right here, the Golurk, making his tribute in the TDL right now, and I'm very hyped to use this mon. It's a Golurk holding the expert belt with Iron Fist ability, rocking Earthquake, Shadow Punch, Ice Punch, and Rock Polish. 68 HP, 196 attack, 20 defense, 108 special defense, and 116 speed. 116 speed is the speed that we need actually to outspeed his entire team, except the Scarfstar Raptor, because we cannot outspeed that with Rock Polish. So if we can get rid of Staraptor before, then actually Golurk has a pretty much a fun time on the field. The 108 special defense and 68 HP is actually to live a Life Orb HP Ice from Timid Thunderous Incarnate. And then we have the 196 attack with the Animate Nature to actually blow through his entire team. Because if you look at his team, Thunderous Incarnate, he will drop due to the Expert Belt. Ice Punch and Iron Fist boost, he drops to that. Neoligo drops to an Earthquake. Marowak Alolan drops to an Earthquake. Blastoise needs to be weakened a bit though, so we don't one-shot that. The Decidueye will drop to a Shadow Punch or Ice Punch. Silvally, depending on this type, will drop to Earthquake or Shadow Punch. Granbull, need to weaken that as well if it comes. Staraptor, as I said, I need to get rid of that before I can actually do it. If he's not, choice cards, we can actually 1v1 it with Ice Punch and then drop it. Dragalge will drop to an Earthquake. Gallade will drop to an Earthquake or Shadow Punch. And Togedemaru, of course, will also drop to an Earthquake. So, Colossus has a very good time versus his team. Once it gets the Rock Polish up. And I can actually wait to see Colossus on the field as well. So Colossus is pretty standard now actually. Now I explained everything, so I hope everything is clear to you. And let's actually head into our second mon right here. Our second mon we're going to bring is actually going to be Mega Venusaur again. After the Mega Evolve, he will have Take Fat, no worries. This is just to show you guys. He has Overgrow, Pre-Mega, else he will have Tick Fat. And Grootwang's Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Sleep Powder, and Synthesis. Pretty much the same set as we ran last week versus Persians. But I swapped out the third move from I swapped Sleep Powder out. Swapped Sleep Powder in to use this week. I had Earthquake originally on this set, but eventually it did not do as much as I thought it would. Would probably be good. Maybe I will change my mind later on to actually have Earthquake on this set again. But if not, we will just run out with Sleep Powder. Giga Drain and Sludge Bomber just for recovery purposes and to have overall stab. Sleep Powder is then to put something to sleep, and Synthesis is to recover something. So we rock 236 HP, 144 special attack, 76 special defense, and 52 speed. 52 speed is actually to avoid the speed creep from Mega Blasters, because Mega Blasters can speed creep us like I know that he can. Because I did it myself to a Mega Venusaur. Then we have Giga Drain to actually hit that. We need to watch out for a potential Mirror Code though from the Blastoise, and the Sludge Bomb is just to hit this fairy like Granbull. We can also do some damage towards his walls, like in the Blastoise, Delayed maybe with Poison. Togedemaru we cannot hit that much, but as I said, I do not expect Togedemaru to come pretty much. Sludge Bomb is neutral on the Decidueye, so we can actually hit. Sludge Bomb is there to get some poisons on some mods actually. Synthesis to recover up if need be if we get too low. And the reason I decided on a bit more offensive Venusaur this week is because I see that there are a lot of openings for Mega Venusaur to come through. It still can 1v1 Blastoise unless it brings the Mirror Code, because that is damage we do to him. So that actually fucks us up later on, but we can play around with that. So Mega Venusaur actually has a chance to shine right now, and I really think that it would be the good opportunity for this to have an offensive Venusaur right now. So, we'll actually bounce back into the third one right here, which is going to be Zabimaru, the Greninja right here. Rocking a Grass CMZ with Torrent ability, of course. Rocking Grass Knot, Surf, Ice Beam, and Acrobatics. 104 attack, 232 special attack, and 172 speed. Rocking a Hasty Nature. We have the Grass CMZ, Grass Knot mostly for Blastoise, because as I said before, we need to weaken Blastoise to the point where Golurk can actually opt to sweep. Because if we weaken Blastoise with the Grass Knot, the Grass CMZ, we are for sure that it will not let any hit and blows us back later. So that's that. We have Surf just for overall stab and hit mons like Alolan Marowak, Neoligo, Token of Marvel for some damage, Thunderous Incarnate for some damage, which you also have Ice Beam for, by the way. Ice Beam is just for months like Decidueye, Thunderous Incarnate, Dragalge, Staraptor, months like that, you know. And there you have Acrobatics, that just in case, if we use the Grass Knot, Grass EMZ, that we have a move to attack the Gallade with, actually. So that we have a move to attack Gallade with, and if need be, we can also hit the Decidueye with it. If we are 1v1, and Acrobatics can do more depending on his set. 172 speed is enough to outspeed his entire team, as again, outside of Choice Scarf, Thunderous Incarnate, or Choice Scarf Staraptor. Further, we outspeed everything. I speed group this thing, so it would outspeed the Thunderous Incarnate. That's why we have a Hasty Nature. To also not drop the attack. A 232 special attack is actually what we need to do the good amount of damage towards everything on this team with Surf, Ice Beam, and Grass Knot. So Greninja, offensive this week again, and I'm really looking forward to using this. Fourth Mountain Squad is going to make its tribute also to the TDL right now, which is going to be Quadraxis, the Metagross right here, rocking an Assault Vest with Clear Body ability, rocking Zen Headbutt, Meteor Mass, Ice Punch, and Bullet Punch, 112 HP, 172 attack, 16 defense, 144 special defense, and 64 speed. The Assault Vest right here with 112 HP and 144 special defense is to be able to take hits from Neoligo, Thunderous Incarnate, and Dragalge mostly, because Metagross is going to be a swap in for that. We have Zen Headbutt, Meteor Mass for stab, and because it hits everything pretty hard, except the Blasters, of course. Blasters can take a Zen Headbutt, but I'm not that worried about it, actually. The Meteor Mass is just to hit monsters like Neoligo, Granbull, so you do not get intimidated, well, because Clear Body blocks Intimidate. We have Ice Punch, indeed, for his Flying Mons. I'm sorry. For his Flying Mons, like for Staraptor, for Thunderous Incarnate, something along those lines. And Bullet Punch is there for priority moves to maybe pick off Neoligo because it outspeeds us, or something else later on in the game. So that's going to be Metagross for you. 172 attack is what we need to actually do the meta damage that we do. There's everything on his team. And 16 defense actually to what we have left after we sped corrupt as well, because we could not drop them in HP because it would be an uneven number, which I do not want. And the 64 speed is actually to speed creep a London Marowak if it's max speed adamant, because that is what he needs to bring, else he does not do enough damage towards our entire team to be a wall breaker. So, the other one right here we're gonna make is gonna be Starscream, the Skarmory, rocking the Rocky Helmet, the Sturdy ability, rocking Iron Head, Defog, Roost, and Toxic. Pretty much the same set as last week. But instead we do not have hazards on this team. We rock 248 HP, 20 attack, 116 defense, 124 special defense. This actually takes some hits from Thunderous Incarnate if need be. Take from Neoligo if need be. Don't expect to that we need to, but just in case. We are able to swap it on Gallade at this one. And also this is for Staraptor, because Staraptor cannot touch this because we are so freaking bulky. 20 attack was just what we have left, and it does a good damage towards Granbull if not intimidated. And we are able to break some potential sessions and whatnot. So that's going to be Skarmory for you. Sturdy ability, of course, so maybe if he gets out of hand, we can maybe get a final Iron Head off. Maybe a final Defog to not miss another move later on, or Toxic him to bring him down. So that's actually going to be the plan. Skarmory is actually going to be amazing versus physical threats that I fear. Like indeed Staraptor and Gallade, and that opens up the more doors for Colossus to actually sweep. Final one in the squad is actually going to be a Goodra, and I'm going to change this to Sap Sipper because it needs to be Sap Sipper. We have a Goodra right here with the Assault Vest with Sap Sipper ability, rocking Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Earthquake, 236 HP, 44 attack, 52 defense, 116 special attack, 8 special defense, and 52 in speed, rocking a Modest Nature. And at this point you're probably saying to me from, Grounded, why do you run a Modest Nature with attack investment? Well guys, I'm going to tell you right now, Goodra with 44 attack with a Modest Nature is still going to be able to do 40 to 50% towards a London Marowak if it's max HP. If it's max speed, I outspeed that right now as well. Then we two-shot him guaranteed. The reason I would decided on a modest nature and not lowering maybe the speed or the defenses is because I do not want to be slower, for example, for a Marowak, because it breaks through my Goodra. I do not want to lower my defenses because I need every defense that I can get versus this guy. Because although the Marowak is a threat, especially offensive ones are a threat, and so that's why. We have Sludge Bomb for Grand Ball pretty much, because else we do not have a way to hit a Fairy type. We have Thunderbolt just to hit monsters like Blastoise, Staraptor, Thundurus Incarnate neutral, and then we need to watch out for monsters with Lightning Rod like Togedemaru, but as I said, I do not expect that to come. Then we have Ice Beam for his flying ones as well, for Thundurus Incarnate, Staraptor, Dragalge, and then we have Earthquake also for Dragalge, and then indeed Togedemaru, Alola Marowak, and Neoligo also, because Neoligo can swap in and do some tremendous damage to us. We will guarantee Oko my buddy Neoligo though, if he does come in at us. So this is actually going to be the team I am going to face Chris in about 5 minutes or so. So this is actually pretty good that I rounded it up right now. So wish me luck in the battle, and I'm the Grounded Gliscor, and I will see you in the next video that I'm going to make. Leave your predictions down below, by the way, who you think we will win. Do you think we will win? Do you think Chris will win? Leave it down below if you did not see the battle, which has come up later today. So, I'm your coach of the Low Land Nidoqueens, and I'm going to give it my all, and I will see you in the battle today as well. So, I will see you in the next one, and I'm out. Bye!